The man watched in disbelief as the thug cut off his left hand with a knife. Strangely, no blood flowed from the wound, only a pool of green machine oil. The severed hand seemed to writhe in pain. Seeing this, the thug grew even more excited. He swung a hammer and smashed the man's skull. At the same time, another man who looked exactly like David suddenly woke up. He glanced at his intact left hand, quickly inserted a nameplate into the nearby machine port, and then immediately lay back down. Soon, he successfully connected to his clone. But at this moment, he was tightly bound, while the thugs had brought his family into the living room. And his family were real humans, their blood flowing freely. The thugs knew this well, and this was why they hadn't destroyed David's clone. They wanted him to witness what was about to happen. Then, in front of his eyes, they killed and dismembered his family, setting them ablaze until nothing remained. The next moment, the real David woke up alongside his colleague Cliff. They were on a space mission, heading to a life-bearing planet 120,000 light-years away. To prevent psychological issues during their 6-year journey, the government had created clones of them before departure. On Earth, they could control their clones via a consciousness transfer device, allowing their families to spend time with them as if they were still present. When Cliff learned of David's family being murdered, he immediately sought to comfort him, but unexpectedly, this provoked David's anger. From that day on, David became increasingly withdrawn, losing interest in everything. It wasn't until he saw the funeral of his family on TV, along with a report of the murderer turning himself in, that a look of utter despair appeared in his eyes, meaning he would never be able to avenge his family. Sure enough, one day while Cliff was fishing with his son, his watch suddenly alerted him to a problem in the airlock. He hurriedly left his son and ran back. At the airlock door, he saw David motionless inside. He quickly entered the password, opened the door, and anxiously asked what had happened. Though David said he was okay, Cliff couldn't help but feel a deep sense of fear and unease.